everybody. This is Emmanuel Eliason, your host for Financial Breakthrough Academy, coming to deal with another edition of our session. Today, we want to talk about what I call how to build your financial house. How to build your financial house. Every one of us has some kind of a project we are working on, personal business, building something, but one area that we should be considering is how to build our financial house. And in the process of doing this, I'm going to share a few very important things when it comes to building our financial house. It's first of all has to start from within to be able to experience the level of financial house you want to build. It has to start from within. And I believe there are three important elements to this, very important element. But before then, here is a wise saying from the Word of God that you can use to help you. And Proverbs 24:3 and 4 talks about by wisdom a house is built, and by understanding it is established, and by knowledge the rooms are filled with all precious and pleasant riches. So, if you are desiring to experience financial freedom, build your financial house, but whether for your family, for your business, there's wisdom that you have to seek, wisdom that comes from on high, that enables you to be able to build with understanding, to be able to fill this house with pleasant and precious riches of all kinds. That's an important spiritual element that you want to take away. But if you go in, number one element in being able to build your financial house is to first make a decision. First element is to decide that you are going to build your financial house. Make up your mind. Without making up your mind, without making a firm decision that this is what you want to do, it's not going to happen. So, my first element I'm sharing with you in building your financial house is to make a decision. Decision is important. Make up your mind that you are going to build your financial house. Number two element, dream. Have a big dream. See the end of this by faith. See the end by looking at every aspect of what you desire for your financial house and know that it is possible to bring it to pass. Dream and know that this is possible. Number three, have determination. The third element in building this financial house is to have a determination because there will be obstacles, there will be blockages, there will be hindrances, there will be hiccups, and you want to be able to overcome every obstacle to seeing the results. Having the decision and having the desire of it and dreaming about it doesn't mean that it will just come to pass automatically because you will face with all kinds of obstacles, limitations, hindrances, but you have to be determined to overcome these obstacles and these limitations. So these are three important elements when it comes to building a financial house. Make a decision, have the dream of what you desire, and be determined to bring it to fruition. Now let's get into exact technical details of what we call building your financial house. There are certain important elements that you have to understand when it comes to building the financial house. So, what are some of the key elements? There are very, very important elements in building a financial house. There are important elements. If you talk to any architect or you're speaking to any technical person that understands what building a house is, they will tell you there's the foundation, there are some structural elements and all that. What I have here on the screen is an illustration of what you may be able to expect when it comes to building your financial house. These are key elements that is involved in building a financial house. At the bottom of this pyramid or a house, your financial house, is the financial foundation. The financial foundation. This foundation includes two major elements. We have on the left hand side on your screen, I believe, the financial plan, and you have some elements of risk management or insurance here. So if you take your financial plan, you may want to consider things like your goals, your budget, your financial records, your net worth. These are all important plans that form part of your financial foundation. It's a foundation. The second part of it is about risk management, protecting what you have in place, including having basic things like policies, insurance that covers whether your property, your business, your assets, your health, your life, perhaps disability. All of these forms part of risk management element of your foundation. So first you have to build that kind of a foundation. You have to have some budget, have set some goals, financial records in place, your accounts, your investments records, your all kinds of assets you have. You want to have it all documented and organized in a financial plan, and then have a risk management portion of it by protecting these assets or these records or these wealth that you're creating through insurance of any kind, whether it's health, life, disability, property, business. It's a risk management tool. Now, once you've put that in place, if you go up a little bit on the pyramid, you see what we call the short-term holds. This is where you are looking at money that you believe you will need within the next three to, I'll say within 3 years. It's something that you want to have immediate access to. You want to have immediate ability to access funds when you need them. You don't want to be in a place where you want liquid cash and your assets are locked up in fixed assets or long-term investment that you cannot liquidate. So you want, after you've built your foundation, is to have short-term liquidity. A lot of times, if you can have at least, 3 to 6 months of your monthly family income in liquid assets, it's an important and good way to get those short-term holds in place. So the short-term holds are mostly money that you are not going to be needing within the next 3 years, and at least over the next 6 months you have enough liquid to handle any emergencies that happens wherever they may come from. Then you go up a little bit, you have what we call the short-term holds. Your short-term holds are basically money that you will not be needing perhaps for the next 3 to 5 years. Is that right? Over the next 3 to 5 years, money that you will not be needing will form your medium-term holds. Is that right? Your medium-term holds after the short-term holds, as I mentioned earlier on, and then the next is the medium-term hold. That is money that you believe will not be in immediate need for yourself. And now from there, having the medium-term holds in place, now you can think about long-term investment or long-term financial holds. This could be things like stocks and other riskier items. Remember, the medium-term holds may be things like bonds and other things which you believe you can have access to, but you don't have need of it right away, at least within the next 3 to 5 years. Now, on the top of a list, you now have very high risk investment or high risk assets, whereby you know that the risks are very high, but obviously the potential returns is also very great. If you see carefully, the chart shows you as you go up the house, there is more increase in risk, and as you come down, there is decrease in risk. Again, most of us, every one of us has to determine what is appropriate or suitable for your own financial goals. Now, in dealing with this, there are a few elements that might come into play, some things that you want to think about to determine the amount of risk that is best suited for you and your family. It may include looking at what are some of your financial goals. What is the time horizon? Are you looking at something for short term, long term, and what kind of risks are you willing to take within those time? Because if you want to be able to have returns, it takes quite a long time sometimes to have the level of returns you need. There are things we call the financial risk tolerance. What is your personal risk tolerance when it comes to investing or building your financial house? Are you somebody who is able to take risk? Are you what we call risk averse, or much more conservative in your approach? Can you afford to lose money without in an investment portfolio without affecting your daily necessities? These are all important factors when it comes to building your financial house. A fourth element would be what we call the inflation risk, whereby you look at how your savings, your investment may be impacted by the rising prices of goods and services over time. It's always a good idea to factor in the fact that you may be having some of your resources chipped away by inflation, 3 to 5% potentially, who knows? But it's something that you want to factor into your calculation in building a financial house. So that gives us a good idea of a basic understanding of building a financial house. Now, I say here on this program that we are giving this information for education purposes. There is no analysis of individual concerns or needs that you have. To be able to implement these ideas, you have to sit down with a financial professional, a CPA, or legal counsel to be able to implement any of these ideas for your personal need. So that gives us a quick overview of what building a financial house looks like. After you have determined, again, your basic desire, specific desire that you have some dreams about what you want to achieve, and you are willing to be determined throughout the time period to make this happen for you. Well, that will be end for today. I just want to remind us that we have an upcoming event here, those in the Denver metro area. We have a free seminar coming on April 18th and 19th entitled How to Get Out of Debt. We'll be teaching some principles and some ideas of how to get your process of scaling down debt and building a wealth over time. April 18th and April 19th is when this is taking place here in Denver metro area at the Yekenyeti restaurant. For those who want more information, you can go ahead and to our website or event page, elicenconsulting.com/events, to be able to register for this upcoming event. On the contrary, if you'd like to talk to us right away, you can call 720-588-9717. 720-588-9717. Better still, you can go online to licenconsulting.com/financial planning, and you can start your own financial planning process. We'll be happy to start and give you a complimentary session to help you in getting going. So that has been what we wanted to share with you today concerning building your financial house. It is imperative that we experience the financial blessing, but it doesn't just come automatic. We have to work on it and do what we ought to do to experience that. This has been Emmanuel Ison coming to you today with Financial Breakthrough Academy, and we look forward to meeting you again very soon to share some more information. Have a wonderful rest of your evening, and we'll be back very soon. Thank you.